Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you see me? I think we are cooking with gas right now. We got a field trip in the building, so you might hear a little bit of commotion behind me. But good morning to you. It is Friday. Oh man, that word sounds so good. This is the First Alert Desk. We want to give you some more headlines. We got a couple of updates for you if you were watching at 10 a.m. and some news stories for you as well. If you are watching on our Atlanta News First Facebook page, be sure to tune in, say hello. Any questions, comments, concerns, I should be able to see them. Again, if you're on the Atlanta News First Facebook page, I should be able to see your comment. Okay, let's jump right in, shall we? The first one is some good news. It's actually some crazy news because this situation was pretty scary, especially for the people who were involved. Okay, there was a dating app robbery suspect that's been going around, and the good news is this person has been arrested. So this is the video of the moment that happened. Police say this man was using dating apps to target and rob victims in Metro Atlanta. It's 19-year-old Zechariah Warren is his name. He was arrested this week. Police say that he lured 6 male victims to the Camelot condominium apartments using several different social media dating apps like Grindr. Grindr is an app that is known to be used by those in the LGBTQ community. It's supposed to be safe for them to use. Police say once he would meet up with a victim, he would hold them at gunpoint and demand a cash payment. Here's what one of the victims said that encounter was like.
Once I got there that night, it was definitely a weird kind of vibe. Once I kind of said that I was ready to go, that's when things kind of turned like really scary and dark. And then it kind of like, his mood kind of changed, and then that's where he like pulled out a weapon, which was a gun.
That is scary. That is so scary. Again, 19 years old, now behind bars, and you know, you hate to say good riddance, but that's awful. So many people out there looking for love right now, and to rob them, not okay. Now, we can tell you that investigators believe the victims were targeted for their sexual orientation, and Warren is now facing hate crime charges, and those can only be filed by the FBI. Detectives are confident they will stick as well. So we'll keep you posted as if there are any updates on that story. In the meantime, did anybody else have Chinese spy balloon in their cards for 2023? This is by far, to me, the weirdest story of the year. So remember when China said that it was a civilian balloon used for meteorological research? It's funny because I was talking to Jennifer Valdez, our chief meteorologist, and she saw the picture of the balloon and she said, that is not a weather balloon. I didn't even know yet, but yeah, now state department officials say that it was operating technology that was capable of monitoring U.S. communications. Oh man. All right, let's get you some video so you can see what it looks like now. So not only does it have technology that can monitor U.S. communications, and hello to you, Mr. Wayne Dodson. Hello to you, Mr. Michael Baxter. Good to see you. Officials say the balloon flew over more than 40 countries before U.S. jets shot it down on Saturday. Officials say the balloon was actually part of a fleet that China developed to conduct surveillance operations. So you probably saw it when it was shot down. The FBI is now sifting through the parts that have been recovered, and lawmakers on both sides have a lot of questions for the Biden administrations. Like, do we know what the Chinese government was looking for? Chinese Communist government at that. Officials say they are learning more as they look through the contents that they have. Some of the crucial surveillance equipment is still on the ocean floor off the coast of South Carolina. Investigators will also be looking at whether the Chinese balloon used any American-made technology. They want to know if U.S. tech is in the hands of the Chinese military. Now, defense officials were also grilled on why the balloon wasn't taken down sooner, say in the waters over Alaska. And they said the icy and much deeper waters off the Alaskan coast would have made finding and retrieving the balloon a lot harder and more dangerous. And they insist on that the recovery of the balloon was crucial so they could learn its capabilities, which that makes sense. But, you know, originally everybody was saying that it wasn't that big of a deal and they didn't know what it was. They just knew it wasn't in U.S. airspace, commercial airspace, so that planes could go off. But you know, this story, again, like I said, to me, this is just weird. I didn't think Chinese spy balloon was something we'd be talking about in 2023. Okay, meanwhile, this story actually might kind of makes my blood boil a little bit because I don't have kids, but I have friends with kids. And you know, when you are just doing your best as a parent and you put your kids in other people's care and they harm them, oh, there's nothing more sickening than that, right? So this morning, a Paulding County daycare owner is facing a judge on charges of child abuse for a second time. This is Marie Lipsky. She's 63 years old. She's accused of hitting children who were in her care at Reach for the Sky Academy in Hiram. It was a daycare she ran out of her own home on Mill Creek Lane. Now, last month, it was an anonymous tipster that came forward with video from inside of the daycare. Detectives say it showed Lipsky hitting the children in the head and in the face. So they arrested her. They confiscated 7 days worth of video from her surveillance system, and they say they watched as it revealed more child abuse. So while she was out on bond, they arrested her again, this time with 17 more counts of first-degree cruelty to children. We actually spoke to a parent of one of the victims. Her name is Felicia Ross. Her 8-year-old daughter was one of the victims. She said she was stunned when she found out what happened. Listen to this.
She had great references. And she was state quality rated. I don't know if I'm more upset at the fact that this even happened or that I completely misread this woman.
Again, right, because if you're a parent and you're putting your child in someone else's care, you think they're safe. And it does feel a little sickening to think that you could have misread somebody who was harming them the whole time. So it's also a really good point to talk to your children. Make sure you know what's going on in their life when they leave. And we did try to get Lipsky's side of the story when she was out on bond. The first time she was arrested, we did not have any luck speaking with her. She is now in the Paulding County Jail. She has a court appearance today. We will see if she has any supporters in court today to see if maybe they want to speak up for her on her behalf, and we will also have a live report at noon about this as well. Meanwhile, another update for you. This is another family who is probably looking for answers right now. Definitely looking for answers right now. I'll show you these pictures that we were just given by Atlanta police. These are persons of interest in the shooting that killed a 13-year-old boy. It happened last month in Southwest Atlanta. You probably remember it was near the Cascades skating rink. Now, Atlanta police sent us these images, hoping that you guys at home can help identify them. They say 13-year-old Deshaun Dubose was shot several times on January 2nd. That night, he was rushed to the hospital, Grady Hospital, but unfortunately, he did die. Investigators say they believe he was at the skating rink before the shooting. They're still trying to figure out if all the juveniles were at the skating rink or just a few of them. But again, if you have any information here, you are asked to contact police. A lot of people looking for answers in this case. Okay, let's talk about Rihanna. I don't know if anybody watching is as excited as I am and excited as a lot of people across the country are. I still cannot believe she is the halftime performance headliner. She has not released new music other than, that one song for Black Panther in years. She said she was going to have an album, then she didn't. So a lot of people are wondering about the set list for the halftime show. She talked about this yesterday.
The star of Superbowl Sunday may not be playing in the game.
Hello, hey everyone, how are you?
Rihanna takes the stage at halftime in Arizona, and she's promising to pack 17 years of hits into 13 minutes.
We're excited to do the Super Bowl. We are. We've been working on it for a while, and every day it just gets closer and closer to the finished product.
Details about the performance are top secret, but there is the possibility of a surprise guest or two.
The singer, with 14 #1 hits and 9 Grammys, did reveal her set list has changed more than once.
There are probably about 39 versions of the set list right now. At the end of the day, if it flops or it flies, my name has to stand by that.
Rihanna is not the only A-list star to be performing Sunday. Chris Stapleton will sing the national anthem. Babyface performs America the Beautiful, and Shirley Ralph will sing Lift Every Voice and Sing. It's the first time the song known as the Black National Anthem will be performed on the Super Bowl field.
To me, that shows a major effort by the NFL to be truly inclusive. What a time, what a way to bring us all together.
All of the performers said they are honored, grateful, and humbled to be part of the Super Bowl. Danya Backus, CBS News, Phoenix, Arizona.
I mean, what a lineup. Chris Stapleton is involved. Babyface is involved. Oh, man. Rihanna, she said she was nervous about it flopping. Come on. Would Rihanna really flop? As far as surprise special guests, my metaphorical money is on Eminem, Love the Way You Lie, or Drake. Oh, na, na, what's my name? Great song. Hey, somebody's dancing in the back. That's who I would like to see. I would also like to have seen some better weather over the weekend, but we are not going to have that, unfortunately. It's going to be really rainy, really cold, wintry mix. We're going to have another update of your forecast on our show at noon. Atlanta News First at noon. That's our next newscast. Of course, we'll have it 3 o'clock as well and throughout the rest of the day so that you know exactly how to plan for this weekend. But outside of that, yeah, that does it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Again, tune in at noon and have a great rest of your day and a fantastic weekend.